Hey guys, it's Victoria. Welcome back to my channel. In today's video, I'm going to be trying out the new Morphe 35Mi Magic Mirror Artistry palette. This is a large palette from Morphe that just recently came out. The colors in here are just gorgeous. You have a bunch of neutrals and mattes, and then these two rows of shimmers and a few other colors here that have a little bit of shimmer to them. They're just really, really beautiful. So I think we're going to create a more glam look with this one today. I think this palette is well fitted for that. So let's get started. So I want to do maybe like more of a dramatic cut crease with more neutral colors in the crease, matte of course, and then add more of a shimmer to the lid and kind of smoke out the outer corners. So I do already have some of my face makeup already started, and my lids are primed with a little bit of concealer as well. First thing that I'm going to do is start to set the crease. I'm going to start out with the shade Big Reveal with this matte nude color. And like I said, we're just using this to set the concealer or the primer, whatever you have laid down on your lids. Using a Real Techniques Deluxe crease brush to do this. I'm just going to buff this color right along the crease all the way towards the inner corner and bringing it out a little bit. And obviously it doesn't add pigmentation, it's simply to set the concealer. Making sure that you have a really good base to start with is essential for a more glam, heavier eye makeup look. So next up, I think I'm going to use the same brush just because I just love the way that this one blends. And we're going to go into the shade Pink Perception, which is a little bit more of like a mauve color. And I'm just going to place this right over where we just added the last shade. Pulling it all the way inwards. And starting to drag the shade outwards towards the tail of my brows as well. Now, going into this matte brown shade called Voila, I'm going to also add this into the crease and start to deepen up this look a little bit more. So to do this, I'm using a Morphe M441 brush and focusing this color a little bit more towards the outer half of the crease line. And then going back in with my Real Techniques brush just to really soften and blend this color. Pulling it inwards just a little bit. Just see it just helps blend everything together. So now that that is done, the next thing I'm going to do is cut the crease. So I'm going to use a little bit of concealer to do this and just a flat concealer brush and cut the crease all the way across the lid. Now we're going to start to add some more shimmer to the lid. I'm going to use this flat eyeshadow brush from Wet n Wild. I'm going into the shade Vanity Twist, which is a light cream color, but it has a really beautiful shimmer in it. And I'm just tapping this color with the brush on the inner part of the lid, not bringing it all the way across, just starting on the inner half for now. And now I'm going into the shade Like a Charm, and I'm going to use the same flat eyeshadow brush, and normally I would use my finger to apply a more shimmery shade like this just to get better pigmentation, but I think that I want to go for a lighter glittery look, not such like a heavily packed on glitter look. I'm actually going to mix that Like a Charm shade with a little bit of this color, which is called Now You See It. So just mixing these two shades right here and just tapping them onto the center of the lid all the way up to the crease line and bringing it outwards. So now that that is in place, we're going to start to smoke out the outer corners. So like I always say, if you guys have watched my other videos, there are a couple different ways to do this. You can either use tape, which I'm not going to do because I already have my foundation on. You can use a straight edge, so like an index card even, just like a stiffer piece of paper, something that you can blend up against. Or the way that I'm going to do it, that I like to do the best, and that's just to use an angled eyeshadow brush or an angled eyeliner brush and create a straight edge and blend inwards, and then you can clean up whatever with some concealer at the end of any of those different ways to do this. So I'm going to use this small angled brush from e.l.f. I'm starting with this matte black shade called Mesmerize Me. I'm just going to draw a line as if you were extending your lower lash line, but you also want to keep it in line with the shape of the crease that we created. So because this is like outwards, if I draw this straight up, it's gonna kind of almost intersect at the outer part. So I'm gonna keep it a little bit lower than I normally would for a wing. Just like that. And then you just drag inwards. And we'll obviously make it a little bit more intense once we finish up the other eye and kind of get the general shape laid out. Now you can see how the eyes are kind of shaped, and we'll definitely blend those outer corners and make sure that everything looks well incorporated, but at least we have the general idea laid out. I'm going to add some inner corner liner using the same brush and that same eyeshadow color. And I'm going in with this dark matte brown shade, which is called Under a Spell. And I'm going to use this Real Techniques brush. It's a Rebel Edge fine brush. And I'm just going to drag this along the lower lash line. And just smoking that out. Using this really small blending brush from Morphe. It's a Morphe M506. I'm going to use that same brown shade that I just used on the lower lash line. And I'm going to use it to blend in this liner on the outer corners a little bit. So just buffing this color right onto that spot right there on the outer corners. See, it just makes it so much more blended. Now onto lashes. I'm going to be using these ones from Morphe today. They're the Morphe Hollywood Hills lashes, and I'm just going to pop these on. Going in with a black eye pencil, just aligning my waterline, and then adding this Maybelline mascara to my top and bottom lashes. And I just want to go back in with the brown and buff that color in again, cleaning up the outer edges with a little bit of concealer to make sure everything is nice and sharp, blending it out. And to finish up the eyes, I'm going into this shade Future Flash, which is a light shimmer color. And I'm just going to add this to the brow bone for some highlight. Now I'm going to finish up the rest of my face makeup off camera, and I will be right back for the finished look. And this is the finished look. I loved this palette. I think that is super pretty. I think this is a great look for like a summer night look because it has like a little bit more of like a warm tone to it, but still smoky and perfect for nighttime. But I think that all the shades in this palette blended out beautifully. It's a really great palette if you're looking for one that has a lot of neutrals and is very wearable, that you can really use for a daytime look or a nighttime look. So I would say that this is a great one to add for your collection if you're looking for a new affordable palette to pick up. And like I said, everything blended beautifully. All the colors are super pigmented. So I hope you guys liked today's video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up and subscribe if you are new. Hit the bell button to turn on your post notifications so you're notified when I upload a new video. We recently hit 5,000 subscribers, so thank you guys so much for that, and for everybody who supports me and watches my videos. I will also have this tutorial up on TikTok, so you guys can go follow me over there. I'll have my username written on the screen, and I will see you guys next time. Thanks for watching. Bye!